Welcome back, my friends. Today, I want to try a project I've been meaning to do. I don't even know if this is possible, if it's going to work, but I want to give it a try. So, we process a ton of firewood around here, and especially with the predicted cost of home heating oil, and we run on propane. It's going to be astronomical. So, we try to burn all the firewood that we possibly can, and we process quite a bunch of it. And I'm sick of bending over to pick up the pieces every time they fall off the splitter. So I've always seen the Hookeroons and the Pickeroons, and I thought, you know what, I have some stuff laying around that maybe I can make my own. So today, we're going to try to make our own Hookeroon. So let's get started. So I found this piece of aluminum, which is pretty thick, out in my yard. It was like tucked away behind the shed, and I think maybe it's like a flagpole. So I'm going to cut this to about 30.5 inches. Got my mark, got this set up in the vise. And we'll see if we can turn this into a Hookeroon. For the hook part, I have this piece of 1/2 inch stainless. It's obviously not very good stainless because it's rusting. It's carriage bolt. But I think that this might be able to be shaped into a nice hook, put on the end of this thing. And well, let's try. So first, what I want to do is I want to spray a little rust bust on there or something to get that off, so we can loosen that nut up and actually use it. This is one of my favorites. This liquid wrench penetrating oil. It seems to work really well. It smells disgusting, but it works. So let's put a little on here. It can sit while we cut the aluminum. So I think I'm going to be lazy and cut this with a Sawzall. I have a hacksaw, but aluminum tends to clog up the teeth real easy. Yeah, you can use a Sawzall. You're going to want to use a metal blade, at least a bi-metal blade. Small teeth. And what do I always say to use and half the time forget? Safety glasses. Not forgetting this time. Sawzall, metal, Sawzall cutting anything, you want safety glasses. All right, let's get this thing cut. It should go right through it. We gotta get it started. I'm realizing that's not looking so good with the camera. That was easy. Now this stuff has a decently thick wall. I mean, it's not great. I'm a little nervous that with all the impact, it might start to deform and bend, but there's something on the other side that I think might strengthen it. Check this out. It's threaded, which that's why I think maybe it was a flagpole. And that insert, I think, goes right back to about here. So if we drill through here and put the Hookeroon part in there, I think this might actually be decently strong, and hopefully the rest of the tube will hold up. I don't know. I'm gonna try, see what happens. So I'm gonna try drilling in between these rivets, which hold this threaded piece in here for the extra strength. And I think the only way I can do that, or have any hope of possibly getting it straight, is by using a good old drill press. So I have it set up with a smaller bit so I can drill a pilot hole. And really I should clamp this down because that would be the smart thing to do. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to eyeball it. Oh, and safety glasses. That definitely wasn't straight. Somewhat close-ish. Man, that was a labor of love, and I think that drill bit is a piece of junk. It's not terribly off-center, but could have been better. All right, so now I want to step it up. And I think I'm going to go with 15-30 seconds and see where that gets us. All right, still with me? Let's try this. Go nice and slow. I think the drill speed's too fast. I'm gonna slow it down. All right, we're back. I slowed it down a bit. See if this makes a difference. I think there's brass in there, possibly a little fiberglass liner or epoxy. Okay, the belt is really, really old. This thing is like 20 years old, and I've never changed the belt, and it's showing. So I have to go medieval on it. I'm getting tired of this. It's taking too long. All right, let's try again. Ooh, yeah, that's how you break your wrist. What did that? That was a big chunk. I gotta go easier. Let's put a little cutting oil in there. Yeah. That's nasty. Okay. Drill press is definitely a better option. Wow. That is wild. We are oh so close. So after thinking about this for a few minutes, I realized I'm always a big proponent of working safely and doing things smart, and I didn't before. It was kind of stupid when I was drilling into that rod and I hit the brass. You know, brass is a soft material, but it's really dense, and drill bits tend to catch. And I shouldn't have kept going. I should have stopped. I should have set up the drill press the right way. You know, what I did is how people break their wrists, and that really wasn't very smart. So I apologize. So it's just, I shouldn't have done it. I was in a rush. Mistakes were made, as Brad from Fix This Build That always says. And yeah, definitely made a mistake. So not something I encourage you to repeat. Definitely, that was a bad example on my part. But just wanted to say that before we go on. Okay. Through. And that liquid wrench is amazing. Look at this. Spun right off. You don't even have to put a wrench on it. Did I mention it smells absolutely awful? So disgusting. Okay, so I want to just leave the carriage bolt as is. I don't want to put anything in here. I'd like it just to suck itself through a little bit. I'm going to put the bolt in the washer on this side. And we'll see if maybe it'll suck itself in since it is soft material. Probably not, because my planning with this is just completely, essentially non-existent. So a couple things I had around. Wanted to make something, so let's try it. So yeah, not a whole lot of planning involved in this. These rationing wrenches are the best. Look at that. It's drawing it up. It's probably not going to draw it all the way in, but that's all right. I don't want to crack this insert though. So you get a little more. Now comes the fun part. Got to figure out how to make this hook a bit towards the end. A couple ideas. What about a good old-fashioned hammer? That's going to work? Not a bad profile. A little more. I don't know. What do you guys think about that angle? I think it might be all right. I'd like to get the tip a little bit more bent, but when we grind it down, I might be able to get a little bit more. So let's try that next. For grinding this, I am going to wear a N95 dust mask because, well, I don't want to breathe all that garbage. So Well, this made one heck of a mess, but look at that. I think that looks pretty sweet. What do you think? Might have to put some tape on the handle, but let's go give it a try. Maybe this will work. Looks pretty mean, doesn't it? All right, let's give it a try. I think we are good. That tip looks all right. Let's try it on a bigger piece. Oh, that's heavy. Nice. I think we did it. I had a couple more thoughts after using this a little. Number one, I just file down the edges because it's a little sharp, and I think I am gonna put some tape on here or something. And I know this is super low budget, but I'm honestly really excited about it. And then I thought I could put some foam in there, and that should really dampen the vibrations. So I think the straw is clogged on this thing. So I'm just gonna have to go kind of old school like this. This Loctite foam is like the stickiest stuff. Well, we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna be splitting firewood all weekend, so I'll let you know how it works out. Hopefully it's a big help. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you were maybe challenged to try building one of these yourself, or you'll learn something new, or at least were mildly entertained by my shenanigans. I'll see you next time something breaks.